Here's something strange about money. The people who build real wealth are rarely the people who earn the most. They're the people who learn to move their income the right way, at the right time, in the right direction, and most of us were never taught a single one of these moves. You do everything you were told to do. You show up early, you work hard, you save what's left at the end of the month, and you wait for the raise everyone promised would come. The raise shows up as 3%, while your rent climbs 8%, your groceries climb 10%, and the gap between what you earn and what you need grows wider every year. One paycheck controls your rent, your food, your future, and your peace of mind, and if it disappears tomorrow, your whole life shakes. Learn the 5 income moves in this video, and you raise your yearly income by thousands of dollars, build a second source of money no boss controls, and turn the income you already earn into wealth working for you around the clock. Ignore them, and you spend the next 10 years working harder for the same flat number, while the cost of everything keeps rising, and the people who learned these moves pull further and further ahead. These aren't tricks. They aren't social media side hustles. They're 5 specific shifts in how you earn, and any one of them changes your finances on its own. Put all 5 together, and you change the whole direction of your life. Let's get into it. Let's start with income move number 1. The move almost nobody uses, even though it pays more per hour than anything else you will ever do. You're going to learn how to ask for more money in the job you already hold. Most workers never negotiate their pay, and the first number an employer offers is rarely the best one they're willing to give. Here's the problem. The day you get a job offer or a raise, the company hands you a number, and your brain treats it as a final decision instead of an opening bid. You feel grateful, you feel nervous, and you say yes before the fear of looking greedy talks you out of more money. This single yes follows you for years because every future raise gets calculated as a percentage of the number you accepted. Most people skip the conversation because they worry the offer will disappear, but employers expect a counter, and the vast majority never pull an offer over a polite ask for more. Take Marcus and Dana, hired for the same marketing role in the same week. Marcus accepts the first number, $62,000, because asking felt uncomfortable. Dana counters with research on what the role pays, and lands $70,000, $8,000 a year, from one 10-minute conversation. If Dana invests only the difference at 8%, in 10 years it grows to around $116,000, and the higher base keeps lifting every raise she earns on top of it. Always ask, every offer, every raise, every time, because the worst answer you hear is no, and you walk away exactly where you started. The money you leave on the table by staying silent compounds against you for the rest of your career. Asking for more in your current seat raises your floor, but it will only take you so far inside one company, which brings us to the second move. Income move number 2 is one almost nobody wants to hear. You're going to learn why staying loyal to one employer quietly costs you tens of thousands of dollars. Internal raises stay small on purpose, and the open market almost always pays a new hire more than it pays the loyal worker sitting in the next chair. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Companies count on your fear of change because every year you stay is a year they hand you a 3% raise while paying outside hires 15% more for the same work. The fastest legal way to raise your pay is to change where you work every 2 to 3 years. People resist this because they worry job changes look bad, but 2 and 3 year stints became normal years ago, and recruiters expect them now. Look at David and Priya, both starting at $60,000. David stays put for a decade out of loyalty, collecting 3% each year, and ends near $80,000. Priya treats her skills like a product and moves twice, jumping 15% with each switch, plus raises in between, and crosses $120,000 in the same 10 years. Same starting point, same decade. A $40,000 gap every single year by the end, built entirely on the willingness to move. The company giving you 3% while paying strangers 15% is not rewarding your loyalty, it is profiting from it. Loyalty to a paycheck staying flat is loyalty to your own stagnation, so watch the market and move the moment it pays more for what you do. Your skills belong to you, not to one logo on a building. Moving raises what one employer pays you, but the size of every offer you get depends on the value you bring through the door, which leads to move 3. Income move number 3 sets the ceiling on everything else, so pay close attention. You're going to learn why your income has a limit and how to lift it. Your pay reflects the value of the problem you solve, and common skills, solving common problems, will always pay common money. Here's where most people get stuck. They try to earn more by working more hours, picking up overtime, second shifts, weekend work, until they run out of hours, because the day holds 24 of them and no more. The real move is not adding hours. It is raising the value of each hour you already work. A high-income skill, sales, copywriting, coding, paid ads, data analysis, design, pays 2 to 5 times more per hour than general labor. Because it solves a problem businesses pay real money to fix. People tell themselves they are not technical or too old to learn, but most of these skills live behind free and low-cost courses online, and a focused person picks up the basics in months, not years. Age has nothing to do with it. Diane proves the point. A teacher earning $48,000, she spent her nights and weekends learning to run paid advertising for small businesses, took on 2 clients on the side, and inside 2 years doubled her income running ads for more per hour than her classroom ever paid. You do not get paid for time, you get paid for the size of the problem you solve, so raise the value of your skill, and the same 8 hours start paying double. One marketable skill, learned on the side, rewrites what every employer in your field is willing to offer you. A higher value skill grows what a single source pays you, but leaning on one source at all is the real danger. Which brings us to move 4. Income move number 4 is one the wealthy treat as a basic rule, and most everyone else ignores. You're going to learn why one income is the most fragile setup in all of personal finance. One paycheck means one point of failure, and the people with real security almost always hold more than one stream of money. Think about what a single income means. The day a layoff hits, 100% of your money disappears at once, and your rent, your food, and your family depend on a decision made in a room you were never invited into. The move is to build a second stream earning money while you keep your main job, not to quit and gamble everything. Freelancing your skill, a small product, weekend service work, content, anything bringing in $500 to $1,000 a month changes your entire position because it covers a bill, funds your investing, and turns into a cushion under your feet. The objection is always time, but a second stream needs a few focused hours a week, not a second full-time job, and you start small and grow it from there. Nick works in a warehouse and fixes phone screens on weekends, pulling in $700 a month. He invests every dollar of it at 8%, and in 15 years, those weekend repairs grow into roughly $228,000, sitting entirely separate from his day job. A second stream turns a layoff from a disaster into an inconvenience, and it builds wealth quietly in the background while you sleep. Start with one stream earning $1 extra, then grow it from there. A second stream earns you more, but money sitting still loses ground to rising prices every year, which leads to the final and most important move of all. Income move number 5 separates people who earn well from people who stay wealthy for life. So finish strong with me. You're going to learn how to make the money you already earn go to work without you. Earning more solves half the equation, and owning assets solves the other half. Here's what nobody tells you. A high earner who owns nothing stays one job loss away from broke, no matter how big the paycheck looks, because spending rises to swallow whatever income arrives. The whole point of earning more is buying assets paying you without your time. Things like index funds, dividend stocks, rental property, or a business. The rich own assets, the middle class buys liabilities, and the bank holding your cash pays you almost nothing while lending the same cash out for profit. People say investing is only for the rich or far too risky, but index funds let anyone start with small amounts, and the true risk is leaving your cash to lose value against rising prices year after year. Picture 2 people both earning $80,000. One spends every dollar and owns nothing after 20 years. The other buys $1,000 of index funds every month, and at 8%, the habit grows into around $550,000, money earning more on its own than many people earn at work. The day your assets earn more than your job is the day you stop working for money, and money starts working for you. Every dollar you send out to buy an asset is a worker you hire for life, one who never sleeps and never quits. 5 moves, 1 direction. Negotiate the pay you already earn. Move when the market pays more. Raise the value of your hour. Build a second stream, and turn your income into assets working around the clock. Pick one this week, ask for the raise, send the first message, learn the first lesson, and your income stops being a flat line and starts climbing. Your money works for corporations, or it works for you, and these 5 moves decide which. If this changed how you see your income, subscribe so the next move finds you before you need it.